can do something like a soul check to see if the game is special right from the start. In Ninja Gaiden Black and Sigma, if you die a couple of times in a row on normal or easy, you can trigger Ayane showing up, talking trash to you and unlocking Ninja Dog. So the first thing I want to do is choose easy, die a couple of times and see if something unique plays out. Turns out, easy, normal, hard, you're completely invincible during the prologue of the game. And while I was doing that, some other interesting things started to show up, like, regardless of what you whiff and or not, you could block while attacking. In this game I do blood raven strings, and I noticed that I have to armor through an attack before I can block. When fighting next to bottomless edges, I'm used to that you either can't jump over them, or if you can and you made a mistake, regardless with opponent or not, you just die and you start from the save point. But in this game it feels like you can fall everywhere. Not only do you not die, but if you do it with your opponent, the opponent dies. While you're spawned right next to other enemies, they're confused. Alright, just from these early observations, it becomes clear that if I keep comparing and looking for other nuances, I'll end up being disappointed. So instead, I'll focus on what is actually cool and new here. And if I do bring in another game, it's only to add some additional lore and not compare one with the other. First thing I see are Blood Raven dash cancels. They're a lot faster and safer than regular dashes and take some time to get used to. So what I'm doing these first chapters is whenever I get the chance, I do 1 or 2 cancels just to keep my muscle memory on. Instant kill. I'm playing on hard, by the way. I will be doing so trying to use as little items as possible, see how easy it will be. I held my cancel there. Yeah! It will not be easy. You get a very generous amount of raw essence in this game. I'm almost tempted not to use anything Raven related, even though this entire boss fight is not really as active as it might seem. You're waiting until he does his unblockable move, then interrupt it with your Raven stance. And oh! This drained all of my Raven gauge! That was sick. I expect the hook to be an upgrade at some point, so that you could pull people in. Get over here. Oh wow, you just blocked that? Alright. I was told they allow you to use a swallow cut in the middle of the air combo if you use shuriken. This feels essential. I'm using it. Kinda silly cancel. The wall run though! The parry though! This game is sick! You'll paradise! Yeah, I do enjoy it quite a bit so far. Even the story got something interesting. A bit of a nerd out. We only met 2 priestesses in Ninja Gaiden universe, Kureha and Momiji. Their role is to protect the Eye of the Dragon, jewel that goes into the dragon sword. Why it's not there all the time? Because the world will explode. Yes, this dude Ryu is carrying a planet-busting power in his sword. In order to protect it, priestesses pull out wild tricks, like fusing with the Eye of the Dragon, or coming back as a force ghost when they need to. So now that there is a 3rd priestess, it's interesting what she can do and what her duties are, but more important, she's dedicated to the Dark Dragon, and just so that you get the idea, Dark Dragon is the ultimate evil force. It has no sides, it cannot be reasoned with, it wants death to everything regardless whether you're human or a fiend. Why would the thing need a priestess is already an interesting concept, but you wouldn't get that if you're just passing through the games. What does this have to do with the main hero? He's from sub-branch of ninjas, and guided by non-revealed yet prophecy, he comes to kill her. But in a typical Ninja Gaiden villain fashion, she manipulates him to break the Black Dragon seals instead. And one more kind of funny thing, Ryu failed to protect the 1st priestess, she dies. Her sister decides to train with Ryu so that wouldn't happen to her, and she gets kidnapped the 2nd day. This one decided to go for a different approach. She carries a flashbang.
Zero, what are you?
Think fast, chuckle nuts!
Funny woman.
Purifying the Dark Dragon, huh?
That's the plan. The dragons come back to life every time he's been slain. The priestess said that only purification will finish him for good.
Not sure I believe that. But there's no denying the Dark Dragon ain't dead.
I'll make it dead, and put an end to our prophecy.
That'd be something, all right.
Damn, they just allow you to have a perfect charge after a perfect dodge, alright. I'll do it again! Both of them? Damn! They finally give you a wind run in chapter 3, that should have been in chapter 1. The reason why wind run is so good is because it's faster than a regular jump and you get to charge your ultimate technique faster. But what's more important is that you get a guillotine throw as a follow-up upgrade, which is a top 4 technique in Ninja Gaiden in general. I can't quite play around with it this chapter because they throw a boss at you. Sick dodge. Damn, Seeker, the boss dodge! I get bamboozled by the movement. The damage you do is insane. Abusing the armor. I have 1 or 2 hits and I'm dead. I will try to finish this boss without healing. No items, because it gives you a better ranking in that of the mission. There are gaps in her strings that I'm trying to abuse. But she moves so well. Ooh, that was close. Have no blood raven meter. Parry! Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you about the parry mechanic. There are so many things in this game. They throw you all at once. Oh! That was so cool! Dude, I really like the aesthetics of this boss. Look at this, look at the environment! Usually it's cybernetics or something grungy and dirty, but this is where the ninja fits. The Oni vibe. They should have done more of this. Though it's probably reserved for Neo 3. Oh wow, neither of you fell down? Oh, cool parry. I'm starting to get better at parrying. It's like a course. Ooh, dude, the defense in this game looks so awesome! The reward for a successful parry is huge. I'm pretty much turtling the entire fight waiting for this one block string until I can do a parry. What saves this boss is that her animations are very entertaining. Simply feels fun and rewarding to defend yourself. They give you a new weapon after this boss. I'm not yet done messing around with the swords, yet I gave a brief look to its unupgraded moveset, and the first thing I notice is that if I do a guillotine throw and I try to follow up with the raven swords, I can't do it. But if I try to do it with this drill, it reaches. The conversions are insane. I'm starting to develop a strong sense of when I can try and full combo, because usually I just get interrupted. Still getting the guillotine. The conversions! Wall jump!
What does the Dark Dragon Priestess even do? You seem to know more about our clan's prophecy than we do.
The priestesses are the chosen protectors of the Dark Dragon.
Protectors
At
from
least
what?
They were, before his corruption. Ever since the Dark Dragon was sealed away, the priestesses have served as a vessel to house its soul. This gives us the power to seal the dragon again should he ever be set free. The burden of bearing the soul has been passed down for generations.
That's crazy.
Long story short, my job is to safeguard the Dark Dragon's soul inside my body.
Enough talk. Moving ahead.
What do you mean moving ahead? She just confessed that she has the soul of the most evil creature in the universe. Nobody is fazed by that? Also notice how I complete this entire area stealth only. Do they not see me? Yes, gotta do a flip for that 17cm jump. Oh, I'm godlike! This is some greater ninja stuff. Can Hayabusa from the fight like that? Double assassination! Have you seen that? In a broad daylight, intended stealth gameplay. Damn, look at the environment. The statues. Oh no! Oh wait, I see what you want me to do. I'm gonna do this. This is what the drill was made for. Its purpose. Oh wow! I tried to throw him and he tacked it. Did a lot of damage too. Can you jump? You can! Can you fall? Dude, the drill is awesome!
You're always so serious, Yakumo. You never complain, always do what you're told.
It's not my place to complain. The mission is everything.
The mission is the only code a Raven ninja follows. As descendants of the Dark Dragon, the Raven clan has spent its existence taking on the unpleasant work others wouldn't dirty their hands with. Abduction, thievery, assassination. There's no good or evil. No questioning the mission. Toiling to perfect our craft in the shadow of the noble Hayabusa clan. That is the way of the Raven.
Gonna be honest, being a ninja sounds pretty depressing.
Not cut out for it, clearly.
Hold up, what you mean descendants of the Dark Dragon? Descendant means deriving from an ancestor. I'm having trouble imagining how Dark Dragons spawned Raven ninjas, but it would explain Yakumo's edgy personality. He's like that because it's in his genes. His mentor Tairon is not nearly as gloomy though, but he does have a unique position separate from any unit. Cool lore. Now we see they're thinking I'm foolish, that I will fall for this trap. I'll just tag it, let him destroy it, and then run in. You disappoint me, Ninja Gaiden. Really thought that this will be a challenge? Oh, what?! Why did you guys spawn here? I was ready. Somewhat ready. Charge this. You're gonna get it! Yes, crawl to your doom! There's still one more there? Two more?! Crazy. Okay, that might be overboard. I wasted all of my Raven meter. Oh no. Oh no. You'll pay for this! This boss fight ended up being great because I got a cool move for a drill weapon that I used to dodge bosses' attacks and keep up the pace of the fight.
Guardian of the Shrine.
God or not, he'll die all the same.
I'm kinda trying to provoke the boss with shurikens from the distance so that he would launch the string, the second hit of which is very parryable, and then big damage with the drill allows me to loop the same sequence all over again. If he drops some essence, there's a free charge too, all the way to the phase 2. I have no idea what I'm doing. He's in the air, he's flying, so I'm just winging it, trying to extend into the air and I get blown up for it. But look, if I don't extend in the air, half the moves whiff, losing delicious damage. That was a sick dodge. This air sliding, gliding. I wonder if there is some additional follow-up for it I didn't know about. Like death from above. Oh my god, that's him!
Damn! You alright? You look a little beat up.
We ran into Ryu Hayabusa and got separated from Sayori.
How is she not dead from this? Anyway, I got a new cool weapon. While labbing it, I noticed that executing with any other weapon brings significantly less berserk meter than doing so with Blood Raven Drill. The reason why it's important is that while being in berserk mode, some moves become instant kills. So it is a skill in itself to build that meter up as fast as possible, then use it as many times as possible, while also killing as many opponents as you can. Amazing mechanic, looks great, like something out of Samurai Showdown, and is beyond satisfying to do. I'm starting to notice that opponents became a lot tankier, and due to the ways the groups are structured, you get more chances to do splendid combos, which is always welcomed. I assume they did this so that he would build more berserk meter and have opportunities to do instant kills. I also can choose not to combo them and guillotine hit them out of the map, making sure that I'm not missing anything. Got those new traversals. I mean, they're alright, but I'm almost afraid I'll miss something. That was just unfortunate. Why is this so difficult for me? Get me out! I may not be built for this. Oh my god, bro. The shtick of this entire arc is that the gate appears and it spawns enemies, and you have to decide what do you want to focus on. But the staff allows you to do both, because it has a huge area of effect, you just need to get it going. I'm trying not to compare, it's troublesome when I see the fish. PTSD for some. Berserk mode for me? Just going to say they feel friendly in this game, not nearly as threatening to invoke any nightmares. They drop a lot of red essence, and red essence heals you, unless you consume it for the ultimate technique. But as long as you kill a lot of fish, you don't feel in danger. Yo, what? Okay. So much essence. I don't think I have ever seen this much essence in my entire life. I just healed like half my health. Okay, so staff hits a lot of people at once. Now combine it with sword moves that hit a lot of people at once. That removes limbs from opponents and gives me a lot of executions in a row, like with every weapon. That should get very repetitive for me because I keep seeing animations over and over again. Yet due to all the variations, I don't seem to experience any fatigue. And I always do something cool for the last one to spice it up. But I can see people complaining that there's way too many glory kills. What the camera? You fishes! Lord, that was a cheap move. Spawned out of nowhere. I'm gonna throw you. Damn it.
Nice night for a swim. Tell me, Yakumo, do you really plan on keeping this up?
Fuck off.
Dude, Ayane is the character with some dark lore, and usually she's the one who is instigating fights or shit-talking. I'm glad to see her here, seemingly in a good place, being playful, having new design. My only problem is that she really did fuck off! No missions, no boss battle, nothing. Instead I'm fighting this shark. It's not shark though, I really like the part where it changes the whole territory into this darkness and starts teleporting. But launching yourself up with a hammer avoids 90% of its moveset. That's why it gets hammered down in a merciless fashion, saving our girl.
Just one more shrine left to go.
It's like one step, tell her to fuck off. I dare you. I double dare you. Yay! Is that romance? They have these sonic sections, and at first I just rolled my eyes, but somewhere around this part they become good. In a way that it's a good mix-up between all the fighting, and they're just speedy enough so that I could react. Maybe they could be a little bit faster. My point is I warmed up to them. Also I've got yet another weapon, but this one is a clown one. What you doing over there? Looking at the raven? What's so interesting about that raven? That both of— Oh! You thought you could catch me lacking! Someone's gonna get trolled. Okay, so this weapon is a funny weapon, because who gives people looping mines and expect them not to be used with trolling intent? Especially when the resource itself, for its use, is replenished by baiting, or by hitting people, or by getting hit. I'm gonna use it a lot! Same to be said with 70% of its moveset. Throw it out, have fun. I deliberately did not assassinate him in order to train. Look at that! With the mine over there? Both of them got caught by it! This game is awesome! Look at that! Look at it! You all pay for this! Like a true shinobi, I will use my brain and set up a trap. Now to lure them with an ancient technique called simply staying alive right here. There are a lot of them. Oh, the wall saved you! You glitched on purpose. A little bit wonky, but I can still work with this. Now, the cool part is that I can still shoot through the walls and do an instant charge. Oh, this guy got in a jittery position, only delaying the inevitable. There is no escaping the Raven Ninja. I do have a couple more funny setups in mind, but I need better surroundings. Yes, crawl to your doom. Oh! This place is completely silent. You look at it and it seems boring, right? Then you turn around. Sick, right? A mist, and you can see a silhouette. That's cool.
No turning back now.
You see, they made a fatal mistake designing this battle, and that's letting me have 2 hookable points with Bonker's shuriken weapon that can stun the boss. If in the beginning of the game I didn't realize its power, now call me Spider-Man because I'm a full-fledged wall crawler. Maximum cheese. Is that legal damage? Look at it, I just get to do this? It's an extremely cool character though. You can tell that he's self-taught. Not half bad. Still, something's missing. Like maybe cool dialogue lines? Maybe a couple more cutscenes would do him justice? Because that's like his second cutscene. You could replace him with any mid-designed jobber, give him no dialogue lines, and nothing would change in the story. I would use my wall cling ninjutsu all the same. Oh, but you see, this is where everything changes. Because all this time, he was denying his weapon its purpose. But no more. Oh, that's so cool! He's very cool. How will this impact my strategy? I will wall hook harder. There is this point where the boss is stunned and you can choose not to finish them. It feels like there should be some sort of an Easter egg, maybe a secret with one of the bosses, but no matter what boss I do this to, I don't get the unique result or something. I know I'm searching for something. Maybe I like the move or the weapon or the knowledge. I can only sense that this was not done just because. Damn, beat up a cripple with my 4 arms. Just so that we are clear, this dude didn't have any evil intent. All the white samurais, called DDO, are actually appointed protectors of this city, and their only fault is that local citizens don't really like them that much. They also work with Hayabusa, so all of this could have been resolved with top-tier negotiation dialogue. Still gonna show that we're not that bad. You see, we left this guy alive, but we killed like 7 million of his subordinates. Good luck in the DLC, amigo.
Only one last step.
I legit thought she's gonna do something evil when she started hyping up the Dark Dragon.
Oh, great Dark Dragon!
All because I completely forgot that this dude Misaki exists. You go through this journey and there are 2 ladies in your ears saying stuff. Who would listen to this guy? He was like Aizen, invisible for me. Team Ninja said he was trustworthy. Damn, he even looks like Aizen. Clearly not my fault for being bamboozled, but I'm sure you've seen this plot twist coming. Paid attention to every single line of his dialogue, even remembered his name.
Achilles?
Who?
I thought I knew most of the Ninja Gaiden's lore, but I have no idea who this guy is.
Misaki, you bastard!
Hey man, I can't help but notice that there are no walls here. I think I'm in danger. No walls, huh? Bro, I was not listening to you before, what makes you think I'm going to listen to you now? Is that 190? Damn, he's getting sliced up. This is clearly slightly personal. Sarah dies, however, I'm sure the writers will find a way to bring her back. Point is, Dark Dragon is resurrected, but I have no time for that because I have to see this flashback. usually after the bosses to get to unlock a new weapon. But this time...
One final sacrifice. Leave her be.
You get to unlock a whole new character. 5 pages of tutorial though. What makes him different from Yakumo? For starters, he's silent because he's thinking of the coolest, corniest one-liner he's gonna say after he beats your ass.
Such is the fragility of evil.
Yakumo would never say this. There's this dude Genshin, burned his village, attacked him like 4 times, turned into a fiend, all for his clan. And Ryu still respected him as a warrior. Personally placed the sword on his grave. Yakumo would never. There are these platforming sections, you suffer through them, and then at the end of the game he just makes a cutting in the ground and flies on it to fight the boss. That's when you realize, this dude has been holding back the entire game! Yakumo would never, because there is nothing for him to hold back. Man laments the death of a clone, her life was like any other. Next game flies in, does a sick flip, insta-kills 3 of them, trains the original and her entire clan. Sigma Jimbro. Always either training others or training himself.
My strength comes from training, not from some curse in my blood.
Though he says it and then does this with his normal human blood.
Ryu Hayabusa ain't called the Super Ninja for nothing. You wanna stand a chance, you better get trained.
All that, and then when Yakumo revisits the area, there are blood stains. If you die too much, Ayane throws support, like old times. Story goes that several years ago Ryu saved this lady from the fiend Achilles, and like other priestesses, she had a dragon sword jewel on her, but for a dark dragon sword that is meant for a raven ninja. She asks Ryu to test one when the time comes. So everything kinda went according to her plan, even her death. I'm gonna give credit to Yakumo, there was no there was no crying. Instant lock-in to completing the mission. The path of the ninja is one of solitude. That's the tagline of the game. Bro was ready. Look at his blood footprints! Cool.
So you've come, Raven.
Might be the dragon ninja, but I'm the cheese ninja. I still haven't seen a single enemy that would counteract this. So the strategy is to cash out the meter for massive damage, then when it's almost at an end, go in and gain it by doing something cool. Cool. Damn, I'm having chills from dying in the game. There's got to be a way to combo from this, but because I've spent so many chapters playing as Ryu, I don't remember Yakumo's moveset all that much. Good to know that the drill evasion works. Perfect timing. Hey, he just took my thing. See here, this was unblockable. You can't just Daigo parry it. Oh, you! I'm whipping it out. I'm mad. Oh, this time mine won! Worthy. The fireball used to be invincible in other games, but in this one, it's over. The Hayabusa stops now. Yakumo passes the test and Ryu gives him the jewel. 90% chance you don't remember because I didn't remember. In the beginning of the game, there was this Dark Dragon Blade shard. By combining the shard with the jewel, it resonates with his own blood because he comes from a Dark Dragon himself and recreates the Dark Dragon Blade, which is created from the bones of Dark Dragon that regenerates. And it regenerates due to Dark Dragon's soul being free and Sayori being dead. Meaning that making this test after her death actually makes sense. Would have been immaculate if your skin turned demonic when you use it like Murai's. That dude had actual Dark Dragon in his moveset. I have seen streamers play this boss battle, and it always felt boring, but when you're playing it, it's the fact that he attacks you from behind like that. You see, like sneaks up on you, that makes it kinda cool, and the movement itself. I don't know, for me, the boss was okay until he elevated by, you know how throughout this entire playthrough, I'm trying some cheap strategies or I'm saying what's really strong, and I did not expect this boss to suddenly pull out cheese on me. You'll see what I mean. I try not to use lock-on in this game. I don't feel like it's very comfortable, so I'm manually directing my character. I think it makes this boss battle more fun. So magnificent! This game has its moments. This MF locked me on the wrong side of his head into consistently falling. I wasted all of my life here. He cheesed me. The boss used glitch to beat me. There was nothing short but amusing to me. And the finishing strike cutscene, ooh, bravo! And it wasn't even the end of the boss because he transforms into you, or should I say, you look like him, since he is your grandpa or something. It's unclear why and how did the Dark Dragon make descendants. I assume that one of the priestesses that had the soul on her at the time did something devious, but the plot line is that only the Dark Dragon can kill the Dark Dragon. The trick I used, usually bosses block the flying swallow, but if you combo it with an unblockable, you get a free opening. I felt like it works very well against this boss, so whenever I felt like I'm in trouble, I can't win the neutral, I used that. The rest of the boss battle was fun enough for me to carry itself. That's the end of Ninja Gaiden 4. The evil is defeated, the sun rises above the city once again. The Dark Dragon Blade, according to the lore, vanishes from the plane of existence, but promises to return when there is enough evil in the world. Yakumo is somewhat heroically, I mean, we did kill a lot of people that were just doing their job. Also sacrificed wife, but still somewhat heroically slashes into the screen. Final thoughts as I'm looking at the credits. Let's establish that the game is definitely worth $60. Whenever I think about complaining about this game, it often comes down to memories. Like I say, hey, you remember this one passage in Ninja Gaiden 1 curved and it blew my mind as a kid? There is nothing in this game like that. In fact, there are a couple of levels filled with white plates as if you're in a padded room of an asylum. Man, remember when ninja corpses used to leave things? Setting the undertone that your way was paved by countless ninjas before you that helped you and had world-building diaries? You're supposed to enhance these elements, not remove them. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound has such a simple and sick story. I'm fairly confident not a lot of people can say the same thing about this one. Even without comparing, there are still some silly mistakes, like the audio keeps repeating each time after you die to a boss, constant need to buy items in the purgatory, little issues with camera and tracking, not a big fan of cybernetic Metal Gear Rising aesthetic, and even with all that, I still think this is the best action game of 2025, and top 10 best modern action games for the years to come. Reasons? Combat is satisfying and addictive as hell. Hard difficulty done just right, and I definitely want to see more Ryu, Ayane, and the Tairon guy. Maybe even Yakumo? Anyhow, this game's got 2 Masters DLC announced, many more trials to complete, and I still have much left to do.